I'm going to read a poem tonight. And this is called Before I Knew God. So, before I knew God, I knew you. I was lonely every time I spoke with you. I knew the life I was living wasn't for me and I was confused, but I dimmed my light down so I can shine through you. Before I knew God, I knew you. Sending pictures of my body, but asking God to forgive me, feeding my flesh because I was always rejected, but no, not with you. You knew what you was doing, but I was a fool. I was blinded by Satan's love. He used you and me too. You're not all to blame and I forgive you. But before I knew God, I knew you. I thought my life was bad and I could fix you. I thought my life was bad and you were my hope. I thought we could ride through Israel together forever. I knew of God, don't get me wrong, but before I knew God, I knew you. At one point in my life, I met you 4 times. You went ghost, but I didn't know my authority. 4 years of red flags and God saying no to me. But my flesh loved the way them texts made me feel. Some part knew it was wrong, but before I knew God, I knew you. We got together and I thought I was happy. 4 months in, I saw the real you, the monster behind the mask. I didn't know Satan was hiding behind you. But before I knew God, I knew you. When I was with you, I would cry. I thought it was love, but I didn't know God. And before I knew God, I didn't know what love was. My life was a mess, but your own was messier. We intertwine, heart, mind, body, and soul. I wish I knew this before I knew you, but the world don't tell you these things. Of course not. Before I knew God, I knew you. Your life became mine. I felt the real you. I was so detached the time our souls intertwined, your spirit with mine. I felt the pain of what you told me in secret. Never felt that way before, but before I knew God, I knew you. I hated how you treated me, so up to this day, I'll never wish the worst for you. Just stay out of my way. Because now I know God, and I thank you. If it wasn't for the pain, I wouldn't thank you. Thank you that you led me to my healer, my protector, and my provider. Satan used us, but God used me better. Before he allowed you to break me so I can do better. Great things so I can win souls and bring glory to the kingdom and let people know that heaven reigns. And before I knew God, I was just like you. I didn't know who I was. I was just living, gave my life to God, and now I'm living, fulfilling, and walking and calling. And I want you to know that you can know God too. It's not you who I'm mad at. It's the spirit man behind you. Satan blinds us from the truth and leads us into destruction. And before I knew God, God knew me. He knew the day he poured out his mercy on me. Before I knew God, he knew me. He formed me in my mother's womb with a destiny. Before I knew God, he knew me. He knew who I thought I was going to be, but he looked beyond my faults and saw my needs. Before I knew God, he knew I would sin, but he still loved me. Before I knew God, he died for me. And no greater love can come from this world, but God's love only. Before I knew God, he knew me. He knew the time and the place, the when and the how he would get to me. So my friends, before you knew God, he knew you. And he wants to use you. So let him so you can win, quit that sin, and live a life of purpose and be happy again. God bless y'all.